Bam. All right. Instagram post. I'm live now. I got to do it off my laptop, so unfortunately it's not the best of quality, but I'm live now. So go, tune in, enjoy. What's going on, peeps? I'm glad you guys didn't have to watch me struggle through a bunch of bullshit, because this didn't feel like working for me for some reason. I'm not too sure why, to be honest, but there's not much I can do about it now. We're up and running. We're up and running, right? Oh no, am I frozen? Okay, let's keep that open, I guess. Oh, keep that muted. So, okay. I got to make some adjustments. Give me a quick second. Dun, 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 dun. Adjust the size of this window quick. Actually, let's pin you right there. Let's pause that. Waiting. I'm here, my folks. Yes, if you guys, I can see your chat as well. So if you guys want to throw any topics in or some comments, feel free. I want to thank everybody also for tuning into like all the new content, supporting it, sharing it. I've definitely seen a jump in activity, which is always good to see. Lets me know I'm on the right track. You know what I mean? Tune in, my beautiful Piccadillys. I don't even know what a Piccadilly. I think a Piccadilly is like a instrument. I don't know. It's just fun to say, and it's adorable to call people it. So I go with it. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or the Snapchattery, it is Juvie the Kid, JUVYTHAKID, same name as this channel. And it'll be all beautiful. Let me close this because I actually will open it on my phone. New show, YouTube configuration with Juvie. I'm still learning, man. Fuck. Half the time I barely know what I'm doing, to be honest. I got to set it up. I got to get like this encoder software, because then I won't have to, because right now I got to do it through like a Google Hangout thing. I got to figure out encoding software, whatever the fuck that is. And then I'll be able to just stream right off of YouTube. And this will be 100% fucking easier. But for the time being, we have what we have, and enjoy it. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. Bam. Okay, quick sip of the grape juice. Tasty. All right. So I'm going to tackle a topic thrown in from the brother Hamelfett. Excuse me. And yeah, it's kind of got to do with mental health a little bit. My experience as a young parent, and I had mentioned I was going to be talking about mental health and me as a young parent and everything on my Instagram. So you guys don't complain. Yeah, fuck it. We'll leave the light there. Okay. Another awesome episode. Appreciate that. Here's another topic for you. I don't have kids yet. My father took his own life when I was just 2 years old. My condolences, 100%. That can be hard as fuck on a young child, like, or even just a little boy growing up. Shit, there we go. Okay. Not looking for any sympathy, obviously. It has made me who I am today, but I never saw the father-child bond growing up. I'm kind of afraid of not doing it right when I have this chance. So what are your favorite activities and things to do with your kids? What are their favorite things to do? And how do you balance it all? How do you balance all of it in your day-to-day life? Well, okay, let's go one at a time here, right? Okay. So, shit. Favorite things to do with my kids and my favorite activities to do with them is like just chilling. We watch, like, it works out because they love Batman and superheroes and Star Wars and stuff like that. So, excuse me. It makes it easy to spend time with them. And for that, all I can really say is when they're young, like you show them the interests you're in, you show them that you don't have to be ashamed of who you are. You can have whatever hobbies or interests that you like. And yeah, you kind of see them like gain those interests too, or get interested because they want to like have something in common with their parent, mother or father. Yeah, so I don't know, it's easy for like to do it like that, I guess. Like if they like stuff that you like, it's easy because you guys can kind of come together, spend time doing that, doing painting, Star Wars, whatever have you. Another thing, honestly, a lot of people don't do this enough. My kids, if they have an interest, but I don't know, it's not really my thing. Like I'm not into like Pokemon and Digimon, stuff like that. But you take the time and you entertain their conversations. If they want to tell you about something, that's because they're passionate about it. That's because they really like it. So you got to take the time. You ask them questions like about about that show or that video game or whatever, and you take an interest in stuff that they like too, because that opens the door for you to kind of do more stuff with them. And just honestly, like some of the best shit is just sitting back and watching. I know a lot of this is going to sound so corny and cliche, but it's true. A lot of it is like you can sit back and just watch your kids, and just like the way they interact or the way they react to things on TV or whatever. It's awesome. I love it. You just see so much curiosity. You see so much kind of emotion and thoughts going on in their head. It's really fucking awesome to watch as a parent, to be honest. For the whole just father and son thing, because I do have two little girls and a son. Dude, I was terrified. Growing up, my dad left when I was like, last time I saw him, I was like 12 years old. And then we had no contact until I was like a grown man, had all my kids, all that shit. So I don't know. I grew up with like a lot of like hate and stuff for him, and a lot of like issues because like, the whole your dad's your superhero and he leaves. So that fucks with you. But because of that, I also said that I would never leave my kids and I would never be able to walk away from my kids. And I never have. Right now, all three of them are chilling. I think they're playing Shopkins or something in the other room. But I was terrified, dude. I was terrified all three fucking times. I was terrified I was going to fuck up with the first one, and I was terrified I was going to fuck up the third one, dude. For me, it's you see what you see what you don't like in the world, and you see the type of people that you don't connect with, like just because they might be negative or whatever variable is in there. And you don't be that person. For me, I didn't want to be my dad, so I wasn't. I made sure I was around for my kids. I made sure I was always available kind of thing. I always talked to them about what they like. I like to hear about their day. I'm the type of parent that if they have the choice to stay at school or come home for lunch, I'd rather them come home for lunch, because that gives me extra time with them and I get to hear about their day up to that point. But with my son, it was hard because like that's there's the father-daughter bond, and then there's the father-son bond. With that, it was really, really hard because with my son, I didn't want to be my dad, and I didn't want my son to feel about me the way I felt about my dad. So it's kind of one of those things. If you're a good person and you have like a lot of love in your heart, and I don't know, I can't explain it without sounding corny. So sorry guys, but as long as you're like a good person in your heart, you have a lot of love in your heart, and it's one of those things you love sharing it with people or whatever have you. Like when you become a parent, all that shit becomes like every single day becomes more and more important because it's about them, and you want to see where they go. Like you want to see how their voice sounds when they start talking. And honestly, as long as you're not an asshole and you're willing to spend time with them and you're willing to take time in their interests and be the weird parent to like have fun and do Nerf gun fights and foam swords and just, you know what I'm saying? Like just have fun with it all. Like it's literally, there's no worries. because with me and all my kids, but like more specifically with me and my son, like, you know, he loves the superheroes and he loves the play fighting and stuff. And so do my daughters. All my kids are every bit of their dad pretty much. But with my son, you know what I mean? Like, we have these, like, he's so much like me because I don't know. It's just like, if he wants to play fight, like, you know what I mean? Like, he loves Super Smash Bros. So I love my favorite character of all time from Super Smash Bros, Captain Falcon. So I'll just randomly run in his room and yell Falcon Punch and kind of just like throw a play punch at him. And we laugh and we joke around. And then he tries to do like the same thing to me, like when I'm not expecting it. So like it's like I said, as long as you're a good person, you're willing to spend time with them, you're willing to just, you know, be a parent and just really like give yourself to this new life and realize that it's not about you anymore. It's about this little person. It's about this person. You have to teach them everything. I know that's a scary thing, but teaching them all that is fucking great. It's so amazing. When we were teaching my son Mateus how to walk, every other kid we saw, they would take their couple steps and they would fall, they'd get up, they'd take their couple steps and fall and get up. Well, he learned how to stand and then he learned how to run. So what we had to pretty much teach him how to like slow down, like how to get places. It was the funniest thing ever. And like, I don't know, I'd never seen a kid just kind of like go from standing to fucking running. And like, I don't know. To this day, my kids can do stuff and they crack me up. My kids are so fucking funny. And I know a lot of parents say that, but it's like, I don't know. I think it helps when kids grow up in an environment where it's creative. There's a big sense of humor. You just love having fun. I think that it benefits the kids so much more because they have like this great sense of humor about them and they understand like comedy and just, it's fucking great. Honestly, it's all I could say really. But yeah, dude, like being afraid and everything, that's all part of the game. But as long as you're good and you got the time for them, there's no worries. All right, take a break from this because I see you guys have some comments in the chat, and I've at least figured out how to see those. So we're gonna go into these. Excusez-moi. Weird ass grape juice bottle. Okay. Kayla Rideout, heart back to you. Let me see. There it is. She actually sent me that. I had to put it together and everything. But yeah, she sent me that. My notebook. It's in the mail call, I believe, numero 6. But yes, she is Cannibal Kill, spelled with a K, on Instagram. Andrew Hamill Fat, what's up, bro? I totally understand the hatred. I still have no answers. I had a lot of anger in my heart. It took a while for me to deal with it. Dude, I totally get it. I still have those questions and I don't have answers. But fuck, dude. It's one of those things I had to tell myself, like, I had no control over what he did. I had no control over him leaving, over him, like, whatever his fucking reasons was, whether it was he wasn't ready to be a parent with his, like, the new wife that he had kind of married, or if it was anything like that. But that shit ate me up inside. As a kid, I was so angry and I was so just fucking bitter at the world. I didn't give a fuck. Honestly, I was just, I don't know. I was so angry, and I was only like really funny and just like having fun when I was like, in a way, fucking with people. Like, I used to like get my enjoyment out of kind of like, you know, poking fun at people or just being an asshole, really. Like, I was an idiot when I was younger. Yeah, and it was all because I just had this anger inside of me and I just didn't know what to fucking do with it. But you have to grow to a point where you say, like, I didn't have control over this person, much like I don't have control over anybody else except my own actions. It sucks because the party will always kind of hold on to it, but you realize, like, okay, like I can do anything to help this. I couldn't do anything to even like maybe like rush it. Like if you wanted that person gone. I'm not saying you, I'm saying in general. But excuse me. Yeah, you just got to come to the terms where it's I couldn't control it. This was his choice. I am not going to do the same thing. You got to learn from the mistakes or from the choices. I don't want to say mistakes because everybody has their reasons behind what they've done. I've known I've known a couple of people who unfortunately have had a parent take their life when they were young. And it sucks. It really sucks because you don't have any answers and you don't know what was going on with that person at that time. And that's sad. So I don't know. My heart goes out to any of you guys who are dealing with any of that for sure. Okay. All right. If I don't fuck this name up, that'll be awesome. We're going to go with Kalonji. Kalonji. I always say Kalonji or Kalonji. But Kalonji, that mofo, time is the most important thing. Yes, 100%, dude. Whether it's with kids or whether it's with adults or like with one of your friends. Or even honestly with a pet, man, because pets learn from us and everything too. They learn their behavior and stuff. Yeah, it's time for yourself, time for others, time to just release and vent all your bullshit out and get rid of it. Time to reevaluate your life. Honestly, that's one of the biggest reasons I use, or occasionally I'll use psychedelics, whether it's mushrooms or sometimes I'll get into acid, but I don't know. For me, it's like acid's like a man-made like chemical type thing. Shrooms, it's like it's the earth grown. It's like a database, however you say it. It's like a database for like the universe and the earth and shit. I know that sounds super hippie, but whatever. But it fucking throughout my whole life, it's always helped me. You do micro doses of that, of like mushrooms. Yeah, and it just, you start realizing like, why am I holding on to that shit? Or like, why am I focused on doing this? Like, this benefits me in no fucking way at all. Like, why am I letting this weigh me down? You know what I mean? Obviously, if you can do that without the use of psychedelics and everything, that's great, 100%. Because I definitely do that like more often than psychedelics. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, you got to have time for everything. And I know that seems like an overwhelming thought, but you guys should know what I'm saying. If you're stuck in a place where you like the fucking roommates upstairs or next door or whatever, and like you got someone living with you that's just a piece of shit, always breaking you down and everything, like whether you have a job or whether you're on welfare, if you're on welfare, you got to go into the worker's office and be like, look, I need a list of places that have like rooms for rent or whatever we can do. Like, we got to figure this out, because like staying here isn't fucking helping me. This is gonna make me like in a worse mental state. And like, you got to be really aware of all that, because if you just let that all pile up, becoming a happier and like positive person becomes harder and harder, because you get older in life and you get set in those ways and those cycles. If you have a job, it's one of those things. It's harder because you got shit to pay for as you go, but you need to figure it out, whether you can stay with some family or stay with some friends or just whatever it is. You need to take control. You got to take the time and get the fuck out of there. That's about all I can say for that one. Kayla, what do you got? Most tedious Batman Lego ever. Oh my god, it was such fucking bullshit. The things are so fucking tiny. Like, I literally don't even know what to compare it to. Like, I think the head of that nail was like one piece. Like, it was such a bitch to do. I'm glad it was done. Okay. Hamill, this is why I love your show. Real topics from a different point of view lets us know that we are not alone. Appreciate that, man. I don't know. I just see a lot of people just kind of like sugarcoating shit or beating around the bush, and I don't know. It's going to get you nowhere. It's like masturbation. Gives you something to do, but it gets you nowhere. Where was the other ones? I want to go here. I did the favorite activities, things to do with the kids. What are their favorite things to do with me? I don't know. They like going to the park. My son likes chilling with me when we play some video games. We play fight. Um, we talk about like history and like stuff in the ocean and stuff, everything like that. They're like asking me questions about space because I love space. My favorite activities, if I had to narrow it down, I love just sitting with them and talking with them because like I get to hear their whole point of view and just how they look at the world at that time, and I don't know, it adds a lot to me. And what else do I like doing with them? Fuck, I like doing everything with them. I can't narrow it down. How do I balance it all in your day-to-day life? Yeah, it's easy. The kids have always been a part of everything I do. When I did the battles, the kids knew that Daddy did rap battles. Even now, my kids know I do stuff on YouTube. And I have a YouTube show and everything. Yeah, I kind of make them a part of everything I do without like making them a part of it. You know what I mean? Like they're not on camera and stuff like that, and like that's really it. But even in battles, it's not like they were like on camera or like doing like blogs, like predictions or whatever like that. My kids know like it's Juvie. Like I have this like the name Juvie the Kid, but they know me as Daddy. Yeah, I don't know. It's really easy. Especially, well, it's easier because like my oldest is 12. She'll be 13 in December. So it's kind of like they're at the age where I'm just like, okay, like if they're home or whatever, I just tell them like, okay, Daddy's just got to go record an episode quick. Do you guys need a snack or a drink or whatever? If they do, I grab them one. I make sure they're all set. Get them like a movie, or if they want to read for a bit. Yeah, I just get them all set up. I come record the episodes. I can bring the laptop down, edit it, whatever have you. Like it's really easy to be a parent and chase your dreams. Honestly, I hear a lot of people when they're like, "Oh, I was a young parent and I had to stop doing this, I had to stop doing that." Well, no, you don't. You might have to take a little break. That happens, but you don't have to stop doing things. Like you make your kids part of it. My kids have given me figures that they want me to paint for them. You know what I mean? Like they love coming and looking at the figures. They love helping me find like different figures. Yeah, I don't know. My day-to-day life is, I don't know. It's easy, man. Because I love being a parent. I love having them around me. So I don't know. You just make it a part of them, like, or not a part of them. You make it like them a part of it, and they see how important it is to you, and they see how much work you put into it, and they start to understand. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It kind of gets easier over time. Obviously, when you first start something, like they're not used to it, but then over time, like they're just, I don't know. If I'm doing an episode, they know like they're gonna chill or whatever, and it'll be all good. Obviously, there have been times where I've been recording episodes, or I've had to pause quick and then go and like help them with something. That's all part of it, though. It's all part of seeing their beautiful little chubby faces. What can you do? So, I want to get into mental health a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. I'm not going to be a bearer of bad news because I know I've been talking a little bit about it here. But I've said it before and everything. Like I suffer from depression. I suffer from anxiety. For me, fuck, who else? What else? I don't know. We'll stick with those two for now. But yes, the depression and everything, that's an everyday thing for me. The best way to deal with depression for me, I didn't like antidepressants. I don't like taking pills. I had a problem with pills and stuff when I was younger anyway. So part of me feels like it, even if I was given pills, like I'd figure out a way to like abuse it somehow or just be an idiot with them. Probably like it's just too much temptation. I'm not sure. I don't want to test it though. But yeah, I'm not big on antidepressants and everything. So really, like for the years now, I've just use marijuana, medicinal, no side effects, doesn't make your stomach feel like shit. You might eat a lot and then you might feel like shit, but then you take a nap and you'll be all right. But yeah, my depression, it's an everyday thing. I always have to convince, like, my mornings are usually the worst time for me. Mornings, it's like usually I wake up and like my head is just filled with negative thoughts about myself, just stupid shit I did in my past that like I don't let affect me any other time, but just randomly it'll hit me. And yeah, I always have to like talk myself out of those, like the little graves that I'll dig for myself, like metaphorically, obviously. I always, to be 100%, I'll be 100% open and honest with you guys right now about it. I always have to tell myself that I am good enough for anything. I am good enough to be a parent. I am good enough for relationships. I am good enough to do the YouTube channels. I said channels, I meant channel. Yeah, I always have to convince myself that I do deserve good things and that I do deserve positive things in life. That's unfortunately, that's part of when mental health starts getting to a negative like side. Sometimes like damage can be done, where the cycle will try and start itself again, and you just have to like always make sure you like brick wall it and you stop it where it is. When I was younger, I didn't know how to control that a lot of the time, so I'd get into these really, really shitty depressions, and I wouldn't lash out violently, but I would become a very like negative person to be around. And but it wasn't me trying to be a negative person because I wanted to be. It was my way of like pushing people away from me because I didn't want them to see me in, like, it was such a stupid like logic. I would push them away by being like this crazy negative person because I didn't want them to see me in my like darkest moments. But for them, they were seeing me in my darkest moments. So, as I got older, I figured it out. When I got problems, I just got to talk about it, or I got to use an outlet so I can exercise the emotions out of me. Yeah, it all comes with time, and it all like discipline, time and discipline, because it's not one of those things where you can just be like, yes, I deserve good things, and I deserve people in my life, I deserve the love, because we all do, but it's not one of those things where you're going to say that one time on one day and everything's going to change around. You got to constantly tell yourself, you have to keep that discipline. You have to keep your sword sharp. You know what I mean? A lot of people, what happens is they get out of the depressions a little bit, and things will be okay, but then they let themselves get comfy and sink back to those cycles. You have to keep sharpening your skills. You have to keep your discipline strong, and you have to keep sharpening your mental swords. That's real. Like, I don't know. That's a lot of people will say, well, you got to take antidepressants. You have to do pills. You have to do this. And honestly, I can't speak for everybody because I am not that bold as to do that. But my method, and a lot of the people that have been around me, they prefer the medicinal marijuana method. Medicinal marijuana method. Got it. And some people would rather take antidepressants because they don't have enough information about the marijuana and its effects to help mental health. And I completely understand that. Everyone's got their things. I let everyone do their thing. Everyone's gonna have their choice. You know what I mean? But for me, I use the herbal methods. As for how it feels like with me in the depression, it helps a lot because I feel like when I don't have weed, my anxiety can just it never comes down. Even when I have a cigarette, I can't get myself to calm down. Sometimes I can't. Things get too overwhelming, and I can't get my mind to just like be quiet for a little bit. So you just got to push through it. It's one of those things you got to always kind of like have an outlet somehow. If you use weed for that and then you run out of weed for some reason, then you got to use painting or reading or writing or whatever it is. You got to figure it out so you can get out of that, like that weird like funk that you've woken up or you've gotten yourself in, whatever. Yeah, with me, it's just every day I keep pushing. If there's something that you don't like about yourself, like write that shit down. Write down things like you don't want to see yourself do. Write down things that you used to do when you were younger that you're not going to tolerate seeing from yourself now. I don't know. It's kind of like if this was like Thunderdome or like Mad Max or like, you know what I'm saying, like some action movie or whatever, like, and you had to be the person to like save the day. Like what would you, are you going to sit in your fucking car in the middle of the desert and pout and cry and say that, you know, well, like could have done it, but I'm just going to stay here? Or are you going to fucking say like, let's do this shit. Let's grab life by the fucking horns and see where it takes us. You got to use that metaphor like as like a real life thing. You know what I mean? Like, are you going to always let a day pass you where it's like, oh, I could have been out taking pictures, but oh, well, I'll do it tomorrow. And it just keeps passing you by. Or are you going to tell yourself like, okay, I'm going to get outside. I'm going to get these pictures done. When I get inside, I'm going to go right to editing them. Like if it helps, write it down in a list or whatever it is that you have to get done or you want to get done in that day. And fuck, like it'll work out. It just takes time and takes discipline, guys. And yeah, like for me, it's a constant thing. It's a constant struggle. I'm always trying to make sure like I'm in not an upbeat mood. Like I do let myself have those days where I'm feeling off because it reminds me. It reminds me. Like, how can I say? I don't want to sound like a douche when I say this, but it can remind you how strong you are. It doesn't let you get comfy into the like where you're just like, oh, everything's good. I'm always good. Don't worry about it. You let yourself have those like off moments where you're just like, okay, like I'm feeling off right now. Why am I like identify why you are and work past it, work through that. And it just reminds you of your strength or reminds you like what you can do in life. Because eventually you just keep working past like all this crazy shit that you've been through. And then eventually you have nothing to, I don't know, it's not that you have anything to be sad about, but it's one of those things where it's like, are you still going to be mad and like depressed and upset about things that happened in the past? Or are you going to laugh about them because you made it through them? You know what I mean? Shit. Like I can't even think about how many times like just doing shit with my friends or like whatever, like, without knowing it, we kind of put our lives in danger. And all I can do is laugh about it now. You know what I mean? I don't know. Don't hold on to past transgressions. Forgive others, even though it's hard. And if you can't forgive them, just understand that you can't control other people. You know what I mean? Hamill, what's up? You are definitely good enough. Never question that. You have touched so many people. Appreciate that, man. I really do. It's always a struggle, but what the fuck can you do? You know what I mean? Like what if when Drago killed Creed, Rocky was like, all right, well, let's go. Like, no, like, what the fuck? You got to get up. You got to fucking listen to Survivor, Burning Heart, do some training in a barn with like wooden fucking things on your shoulders, and you got to run up a Russian mountain and yell the guy's name when you get to the top because you know you fucking won. You did it. Even if you haven't gotten to the fight yet, you fucking made it through all the training and all like the pushing your body to the breaking points. Fucking love Rocky. All right. I'm going to call it an end because it is about 10 to 5. I'm going to get some dinner ready for my kids. I really do hope you guys get something out of this. And if not, I kind of did. I got to vent out how a lot of the mental health inside of me or whatever my struggles are. I got to be open and honest and share it with you guys, which I haven't really gotten to do in detail. a lot of weight's off my shoulders. I'm not going to lie. I felt like I was kind of, it was almost like my dirty little secret, like how I thought about myself and like my struggle I had to do. So, yeah, I don't know. Thank you for everybody who's tuned in, honestly, and listened and has been hitting me up. I'm gonna get to all your guys' messages in a bit. But yes, I hope you guys get something out of this, whether you are a parent now or you're gonna be a parent or you're just dealing with some mental health shit. I'm always down to talk to anybody. You can hit everyone else up and ask them. I reply to every message I get. So Juvie the Kid, JUVYTHAKID on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchattery, all my quiet kids, freaks, and weirdos. For the love of everybody, we got to keep being weird. Go. A couple last comments got in here. Always Hamel Fat. Always get up one more time than you get knocked down. Fuck yeah, brother. Survivor, Burning Heart. That's my shit. That's not from that song. It's just great song. Kalonji, that mouthful. I'm going to get shrooms now. You should, dude. And don't do it where it's like you just mash a quarter to your face and you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Just every hour, like for the like a 5-piece, you know, and it just you let it groove. And you feel at one. It calms you down, helps you fucking reevaluate shit. Go out for a smoke and you just look at the trees and you realize these are all ancient beings. Like these are all things that have been around us for thousands and hundreds of years. Like we are blinks in time compared to these things, and it's all around us. So, quiet kids, freaks, and weirdos. I'm out of here. Keep being weird. I love y'all. Thank you all for tuning in. And thank you all for your support. It means the fucking world to me. I know a lot of people say that, and I know they mean it. 100% fucking mean it. Like, so thank you all. I will be back tonight with a fucking title show podcast. Thanks to Kalonji the Mofo for actually giving me that title when I couldn't figure one out on Instagram. So stay tuned. Click subscribe. Respect, homie.